You get a bigger camera.
Did I get in your friend? I said his last race before the Derby, 10 days out. What did you want to see from him to today? And did what he put out there match?
As I said to everybody yesterday, we're not looking for anything spectacular. He went off easy. I don't think he even knew he was breezing. He figured it out about the top of the lane. He's like, "Oh, you want me to go?" And he came home really nice. And then I don't know if he saw, but then he didn't want to pull up. So remember, we're wanting to go 1.25 miles. So all systems are go. We'll just kind of take it easy from this point on. So he's ready.
Are you worried at all about him being a little green the way he came out in the Arkansas Derby?
Nah, not really. He's going to have plenty of targets. He just kind of found himself out on the lead, and he hadn't really done that before, so that's something new. But he'll have plenty to run at, I'm sure. No, I'm not worried at all. He's got a lot of experience. When you look at the field, he's one of the most experienced, especially with big fields. So he's ready. That won't be an excuse.
Is he a horse who usually he gives you signs in the morning that he's sitting on a certain cut of race? Is he one who kind of touts himself at all?
I think so. If you look at him, he's just gotten better and better. Continues to thrive. So now it's 10 days of waiting. I wish we could run tomorrow. Of course, I wouldn't have breezed him today. But
Coming off the win at the Arkansas Derby, I mean, your confidence in the horse, just talk about what that does for a team like you guys.
As confident as you can be. I've been doing this for a long, long time, so I know there's so many things that can go wrong, and you need some luck, but I'm as confident as I've ever been in him, maybe more so. I feel like he's coming to the race great. Everything is worked out, and we need some luck.
Is there something about this horse that maybe separates him from the rest of the pack, or is there something that maybe makes him stand out from the rest of the group?
Well, I don't know. It's a pretty strong group. I don't know that he stands out. I think he is as good as any of them. He has a lot of experience, which is going to help him. This is home for him. He spent a lot of time here, and so they're playing in our house. And I think that's an advantage. So when you go through things and you check off, does he have enough experience? Yes. Is he running at home? Yes. Is he training as good as you can see a horse train? Yes. We have one of the best riders in the world? Yes. So only question mark maybe is me, but we'll see.
What have you learned about this race? You had like 10 at least.
Yeah, what I've learned about this race is you got to have some luck, because I feel like twice, I went in and could have easily won the Derby. Classic Empire got wiped out at the start and came from way out of it, finished fourth. Laura Will was moving towards the lead when he got taken out. So I tell that story. Norman, my son, was standing next to me, and about the 3/8 pole, he put his arm around me and he said, "Dad, you're going to win the Kentucky Derby." And then about 100 yards later, we got wiped out. So I never count on, but that's horse racing. I never count on anything. All we can do is be the best we can and be there. Now there's, now we're going to go. Post position is going to be extremely important. I pushed for this, and I really think going forward, I'm going to put this out there, but, we put so much into the point system. I think we should be like Formula One and you know, if you have the most points, you should get to pick your post position, because you go, you know, we've ran and we've ran hard, and we should be rewarded for that. And it's just the luck of the draw. So I came here with War at Will, like anywhere but the one hole. Of course, he drew the one hole. So I'm going to say this time I want to be in the one hole. But I wish Churchill, I think it would be exciting. I think it would put more meaning towards those points. And, you know, if you're the last to qualify, you should be the last to get a post position.
The point system be, I mean, how would the picking your own post be different than when they tried it before and ultimately dropped it?
That was a draw again. That was a draw. You drew out a name, you got a position. This one, you would earn the position. I think it might get some of these horses to get another start or two. I just think it would put, again, it would put more meaning to the point system. And shouldn't the horses that have the most points? It would work out fine for me this time. It's not always that, wouldn't be always that way. But I feel like if you've earned it, you should get a shot at the best post position. We thought with Classic Empire, we were happy he was in the 14. And we, you know, last to load in there, great. The problem was when we had two gates, there was a big space, and they just came down. It would be like, if I nudge you, I might move you a little bit, but if I have a 10-yard run at you and hit you, and that's what happened. That's what happened to Classic Empire. And that was one of, I guess you probably know, but I was one of the big guys that stayed after him and said, we need one gate. So we have one gate. We've got that taken care of. But I would like to see us, you know, do that. I think it would be exciting.
What about the filly? How's the filly doing?
She's just fantastic. Breeze, a little too fast yesterday maybe, but it's one of the reasons why I do go 10 days out, just to give her a little more time. She looked great this morning. She's on top of her game. She's gonna be a horse to be reckoned with. She is really ready. And again, here's another horse. This is home for her. She's spent the biggest part of her training life here at Churchill Downs. So we're running at our house. And I sure doesn't hurt. I think it's an advantage.
Mark, are you a Metallica guy?
I'm not really much of any kind of guy, really. But yeah, I am now.
Did you get a shirt? Did you get a shirt?
I didn't. I'm sure I can get one if need be. So
Would you know who James Hetfield was if you walked in the barn right now?
I would.
Okay, good.
Because I looked him up. I'd love to have him come, but I hear they have a concert that day.
They're in Nashville. They're only 3 hours away, and there is an airport right across the street from this track. I'm just saying.
They should be here.
What post position would you pick if you got your pick?
Somebody asked me that this morning. So I guess we load 1 and 11. So I probably want to be 10, right in the middle, load last. I think 10's a good post. 9, 10. Which I'm not one. I love 1.
You've raced Sandman quite a bit to get to this point, and the trajectory has seemed to just continue to go up. Do you think right now he's running at his best at the moment?
Absolutely. Yeah, and that was the plan. And it's one of the reasons we ran all winter long. So this has been a plan. So now we just hope it works out.
How did you decide on Oaklawn versus, say,
Because of that, I wanted to go there, and
series?
I liked their series. I'd looked at some of the success. You know, Kenny had a lot of success the previous year coming out of there, and I just thought it was a good program for him, because I didn't want to give him. A lot of trainers gave their horses time off. I didn't want to do that because he is a bit of a slow learner, and I wanted to get racing into him.
well, you talk about him being one of the home team here. What about a race in the street sense where the top 3 finishers out of that race all went on to win major preps?
Well, welcome to Churchill Downs.
What did you see from Sandman today, just on the track?
He's happy. That's all we were looking for. I said that going in. I just wanted to see him stretch his legs. And then he got a little excited. He figured out turning for home at the quarter pole. He's like, oh, you want me to go? And he came home, and then I don't know if, like I said, he galloped out very strong. He was just getting warmed up, and I was just with him, and he hadn't taken a deep breath, so that was easy.
Does he have a tendency to get excited and kind of lose focus?
He sometimes loses focus, so do I, but no, he's extremely smart.
Who's the competition here? Are there standouts to you?
Well, obviously journalism. It's going to be tough. It's going to be interesting. There's a fair amount of speeds. A lot of these horses have won on the lead. That not every, that's going to, the first half mile is going to be extremely interesting. So, I mean, if you said to me, the best way I always put it is if you said I could pick one and take them out, I wouldn't want anything happen to them or whatever, but if you said, Mark, eliminate one horse, who would it be? I'd take journalism.
Maybe that should be the points thing, the top point. The earner can pick a horse.
I don't know, I trained for Aaron Wellman, so I don't know if that would, and I wish him lots of luck. So that's just pure respect.
I guess from this point forward, what is the progression going to look like for Sandman leading up to the Derby? What does that schedule look like?
Nothing spectacular. Just going to go and enjoy all of it and go easy. He's ready. I like him training horses to go into the top of the mountain. When you're at the top of the mountain, you're there. He's at the top of the mountain. He just needs to stay up there and be happy. So right now it's just focused on keeping him happy, keeping me happy. When he's happy, I'm happy. We're all happy.
Just comment on Jose Ortiz. You said world class, obviously, but he made a really good decision to relocate to the Midwest, I would say, with all the races he won in New Orleans and here.
I called Jose and asked him about it when he did it, and I think he did it for a lot of reasons. I think family reasons, and I thought it was a great move. And you see, he's done tremendous, but he's a great rider. He's going to do well wherever he is, and he doesn't have to deal with his brother. So the two would compete against each other. I know they love him. Somebody said, "Oh well, Irad beat him." I said, "Believe me, I want to beat my brother, and like Norman, if Norman and I are running against each other, my son, I want to beat him. He wants to beat me. But if we're going to get beat, we want the other to beat us."
Mark, how special would a Derby victory mean to you?
That's really, when I started 47 years ago, that was my goal, and I haven't been able to accomplish that. I've been very fortunate. I'm very proud of, being in the Hall of Fame. So this would be the cherry on top.